I had something happen that was legitimately terrifying. And I'm not talking about the car accident I was just in 3 days ago and the broken toe. I heard a crack in my foot when I crashed, and it was bent, very bent. So within 5 minutes, I set it in place, and I did that because while it still had adrenaline pumping, I wanted to do it in the least painful time. And it looks like it's working, but I don't know. First accident I've been in since I had a driver's permit when I was 15 years old. I crashed my first car, which was a 1980 Buick Riviera. Me and my dumbass friend decided to go for a joyride and crashed into our neighbor's car. It was the dumbest teenage story you can make up. Ever since then, nothing. I've driven everywhere. All over, everywhere. I don't really want to talk about the crash. It was on its own, had some unusual abnormalities occur. Very Truman Show-like vibes within it as well. But what happened tonight, I can't make a whole lot of sense of, and I'm almost afraid to even talk about it. But on the way home from work, I do Uber rides. I try to do rides that are going towards where I live. And in this particular case, I had one going in that perfect direction. And I picked up the passenger, and I exited on the exit that where I was going to drop him off to. And there was a roundabout in front of me, and we're on a 2-lane road. And someone comes right behind me, like his ass right on me, and starts flashing his lights repeatedly. So I move over and just let him pass. And he drives past me to my left very, very slowly and methodically. Then I thought, okay, whatever. He's an asshole, he's in a hurry. Then I start driving and he starts aggressively brake checking me. And I want to actually go back a little bit. I want to go back in time. About an hour before this, I had a notification pop up on my phone that I've never seen before, called an air tracker, an iPhone air something tracker from an unknown device is tracking me. I don't know if you guys know about that. Maybe I was just within the proximity of someone who was using one. I really don't know anything about that stuff, and I'm not necessarily making the connection with this car. I'm just saying I thought I would throw it out there. So yeah, it started to aggressively brake check and swerve and do the usual road rage stuff, but this is where it was strange because he was in front of me, and the turns I was making, he was making those turns, meaning like almost like he was flowing in the same exact direction I was, and the particular passenger was going in a very specific place. And just about right before I dropped him off, he turns like this and has his headlights flashing right at me. as I'm turning to drop off the passenger, and then he just turns around, goes back completely the opposite direction. This was a dealership rental vehicle, Mercedes, blue Mercedes, like one of those rentals they give out when someone wants to get one from a dealership, not necessarily like a car rental company. It was just very strange to me how he turned around in the manner that he did. And then this entire time I felt very like sinister vibes, like something inside me. Like at first I was kind of pissed off and just like, what the hell does this guy want? But then later on I felt like something very sinister, something I should not be messing with this person at all. And just being a few days after the crash, that was not a pleasant thing to experience. And my passenger just laughed it off. He thought it was funny for some reason. I don't know why that was funny. I've had numerous incidences of road rage throughout my life, a lot more normal than that one time. Shortly after I got my license, I cut someone off by accident, and this guy cut in front of us and got out of his car and threatened to fight my brother. That's normal. Well, it's not, but for this parasite reality, it's normal. Something didn't feel normal about this particular situation. And especially what happened afterward when I got home. I saw something that I haven't seen in many, many years. Now, for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you would know that there was a period of time where I would see this massive white owl, and it would essentially feel like it was following me around. And it would like fly over my windshield, it'd fly above my head, and all these different locations, and it was a massive white owl with a humongous wingspan, and didn't have the appearance of a regular barn owl that we have living here, not at all. The most memorable time that I saw this owl was walking to my apartment door, and it literally flew right past me. Within 3 or 4 feet, I could feel the air from the wings blowing on my face, and it looked me straight in the eyes. I saw it tonight, coming from the direction of my apartment and flying away. It didn't look at me this time, but I cannot remember the last time I saw this owl or talked about it on this channel. It's like one of those phenomenon, one of many phenomenon that I've been experiencing over the years, which I believe is part of the reason why it's so difficult for me to function in this reality. Very, very difficult. It's very soul draining to be here. It's been a pretty rough time. You think it's the Mothman? Oh, sure, it's all possible. Did people see an owl before they saw a Mothman? I'm not familiar with that. I'd have to look into that a little bit deeper. But yeah, guys, so what do you think? Do you think this was just an angry asshole, road raging, totally possible? Or was it something more? The thing that really threw me off the most was him turning around, going the polar opposite direction. That's what really threw me off about this. Felt really dark. Felt really dark.